Rams Roundtable.
God darn it.
Got him every time.
Not every time.
This, for the YouTube audience, running back tiers. Also, I have a question. Do you want a shot of this whiskey?
No, I don't.
I do.
Told you before. I don't like peanut butter, and that looks disgusting.
Well, you're not a man that appreciates his fine whiskey?
You look like a man who appreciates good whiskey.
Thank you, sir. But I fear inebriation may cause me to forget my manners in such fine company.
You got a snifter for me or a rocks glass?
No, I don't.
Okay, all right.
I'm going to have one. I'm trying not to drink as much.
Okay, we are live.
Drinking whiskey
Keep the chat.
is not exactly the best way to go about it.
Now then, taste, it shall be. Not bad. How about you get your own bottle?
Running back tiers. I have a stat of the day for you. Jonathan Taylor has missed more games in the last 3 years than CMC. Bet you didn't guess that.
Well, didn't he miss 10 games in one season 2 years ago, 3 years ago, something like that?
McCaffrey missed the whole year last year, essentially.
Well,
so that just tells me that McCaffrey has stayed healthy the previous 2 years.
Yes, but McCaffrey's only been healthy 2 out of 5 years.
McCaffrey has missed 14, and JT has missed 16 the last 3 years.
Okay.
My thing is, I like both of them.
What about
like
careers?
No one talks about JT as injury prone or like worried about him where he's going end of the second round, but everyone's like can't take McCaffrey. So I feel like I'll take both of them because I don't care, right? I don't care.
Yeah, I actually am in on JT at that price, and you get a guy who was the number one overall running back at 1 year at a really decent price. He's cheaper than McCaffrey.
McCaffrey's been the number one overall running back 2 years and RB2.
But he's more expensive and
a little bit.
dealing with some chronic stuff where JT stuff is one-off stuff. Come on, Achilles tendonitis? That can't be
something.
good. Yeah.
Okay, RB tiers. I do have one quick thing for you per usual. Did you hear what Baker said about running over that guy in his first game on the Bucs?
No.
He ran over a Vikings defender week 1, 2 years ago.
I remember that.
It's hilarious. I was bricked up. This is a quote. I was bricked up. A little rush of blood below the belt line never hurt anybody. So essentially, he had a boner from running over somebody, which is so Baker. It's so Baker.
That feels like Baker from Cleveland, not Baker from...
No, that's Baker from the Bucs. That's close. Baker from the Bucs.
Let me get up and I'll give you guys the full tour.
Oh, honey, careful. Your boner.
What do you want me to do? Cut it off?
Playing with a boner, dangerous.
Yeah, you could... Yeah, you
Dennis
could.
Rodman once dislocated his dick. It can happen. You have to have a big dick. I don't know about Baker.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, someone's riding you and they, it pops out. It's happened.
Yeah.
I don't know if either of us are big enough to break your dick. You need to be big.
Oh.
Like 9+ inches. I did the math.
You did the math on
No,
this?
I didn't. I'm just making this up. Running back tiers. This is Fantasy Pros ECR. We're going half-point PPR. Half-point PPR. The first...
So point per reception?
Yes. Okay. Yes. I love how they say that. First tier, 3 names. Bijan Robinson, as you say, he changed his name. Bijan Robinson, Saquon Barkley, and Jahmyr Gibbs.
You know he's got his own mustard?
Really?
Bijan's Dijon?
Yeah, that's good.
Dijon.
Wow.
Yeah.
What do you think? Is this,
I'm sorry, what was the tier again?
Bijan, Saquon, Jahmyr Gibbs.
I lump Derrick Henry, Ashton Jeanty, and Jonathan Taylor all in one big tier 1.
In half point?
Because I think any one of those 6 guys can finish as the running back 1.
Yeah, but safety-wise, right?
Safety-wise, Bijan's probably the safest out of all those.
Let's talk about this tier. You have Bijan at 1, or do you have Saquon?
I have Bijan, Saquon, Jahmyr. What do they got?
The same.
Okay.
In full PPR, are you tempted to put Gibbs and draft Gibbs over Barkley?
Yeah, a little bit, because you have to but we can speculate that the Eagles will be more pass-heavy this year. They had... Relative to last year, their schedule is much harder. I think they have the 5th toughest schedule this year per Warren Sharp. And their pass rate was really, really low last year. So you have to assume some things break a different way and they pass more, which brings Saquon's overall value down a little bit. But Gibbs is an ascending talent. Montgomery's probably on the downslope. You got to figure that's going to shift from 50-50 to more Gibbs. So in a full PPR, I think you move Gibbs up over... What's his name?
It seems silly, though, just because, everyone talking about Barkley regression. Like, he can regress 30% in every category and still be the RB2 or 3. Mm-hmm. Where Gibbs is more a projection. With maybe Montgomery plays less, maybe they pass. I'm of the camp that he's going to have more receptions this year. He has not actually panned out as a receiver.
It is a projection. I completely understand that, but that's kind of how we have to approach, especially at the top of drafts. We have to find the guys that are going to take the next step.
I feel like Gibbs this year is going to score way less touchdowns. When I say way less, like instead of 20 total touchdowns, he has like 15.
Yep.
But he's going to have, 50 receptions, which is low for a player of his skill set. I think he can have 70 receptions this year, which will balance out more in full PPR than it will in half.
So where do you have Gibbs?
It's so tough because in best ball, I've kind of been just whoever falls to me. In full PPR, I've been taking Gibbs over Barkley. Half, I take Barkley. I just want the touchdowns.
Okay.
And the rushing yards, right, are more valuable.
We look back at the second half of last year. The later we got into the season, the more work that Bijan took inside the 10, in the red zone, the green zone, inside the 20, inside the 10. And Tyler Algier, I think it was a 50-50 split to start. I'm pretty sure it was 80% Bijan towards the end. So I think Bijan, if you wanted to tier this up, Bijan is probably number one. And
regardless of the format.
And then I could see Derrick Henry doing it again. I could see 14 touchdowns from Henry. Ashton Genty, I mean, he's a rookie, but that is a team that's on the rise. They got a much better quarterback. They've got Pete Carroll. It's not some scrub there anymore. And then Jonathan Taylor's already done it. So for me,
you're jumping into the later second tier already.
I know that.
Let's talk about that tier.
Okay.
So Ashton Genty is at 4 to start the second tier. Derrick Henry, Christian McCaffrey, Devon Achane, Josh Jacobs, and Jonathan Taylor to round out the second tier in half PPR. Who is most likely, from your answer, you're going to say Genty and Henry are the most likely, possibly Taylor to jump in. McCaffrey, is he in this tier for you?
No, he drops down to tier 2 for me.
Tier 3. You're saying?
Well, if tier 1A is Bijan.
Yeah. You have a bigger first tier is what you're saying.
I do. I've got 6 in the first tier because I can see any one of those 6.
Let's stick to the way they have it. And you think Genty and Henry definitely have...
Of those, Genty, Henry, and Taylor are the most likely for me to finish number 1 overall. If I were to order them, it'd be Henry, Genty, Taylor.
Let's talk about Genty for a second.
Okay.
What is his upside? Genty versus McCaffrey for me is a big debate. Because I know McCaffrey's risky, but like you can't say Genty's not risky. I know his workload is supposed to be huge, but he's still a rookie and a questionable offense. We'll call it that. What is Genty's reception and touchdown upside? Both.
Upside for Genty is
receptions and touchdowns.
50 receptions.
Okay, that's not that high.
I know, but
touchdown upside.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Overall touchdowns, total touchdowns.
Total touchdowns. Genty rookie year. You're talking true upside, like upside,
yeah.
Right?
What good in the range of
16
outcomes?
16 touchdowns.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. Trust me, I get it.
What's McCaffrey's reception? Because we know this. We know this. Receptions and touchdowns are where, especially in full PPR, is where the money's made.
Probably not 90 anymore, but 75 to 80.
Okay, and touchdowns.
Touchdowns, I don't think that he's going to crack 12. I think his upside...
You think his upside's 12?
Yeah.
That offense?
I am very concerned that the 49ers realize that they've got an issue with health for their players, and they're going to spread the ball
He's
around.
going to be on the field in the goal line, in the red zone.
Potentially.
Come on,
Possibly.
Man.
Seemingly.
No,
Possibly.
You cannot tell me Genty's 16 touchdown upside and McCaffrey's 12. McCaffrey has more touchdown upside than Genty. It's not even close.
He used to. He's older.
So I'll tell you mine. I think Genty's a 13 touchdown upside player, and I think CMC it's up to 18. We just saw James Cook. We just saw Jahmyr Gibbs score 20. So you can't tell me that Christian McCaffrey can't in that offense with that schedule. You can't.
I believe. Well, we've got Isaac Guerrero there, and Kyle Shanahan has dealt with Christian McCaffrey being unavailable for 60% of the games over the last 5 years. That's a lot. And it's a lot to ask them. I get when they get in the heat of the moment, like it's easier just to say, McCaffrey, go in and do your thing. But if he gets caught again by the ankle and he has another Achilles tendonitis flare-up, you're in real trouble if you draft him.
The heat of the moment is the quote, though, because, it's like, oh, I'm going to wear a condom. And in the heat of the moment, you don't. Kyle Shanahan never wears condoms.
I cannot stand the feel of a condom.
Oh my God, I hate condoms. Hate them.
Yeah. I mean, the three of us just don't use them.
No.
How about you?
No, me neither. No, I can't stand them. That's why I had a vasectomy, guys.
You had a vasectomy?
Yep.
Well, you just winked when you said that. Did you have a vasectomy or not?
No. like. Well, that's what I would tell the lady, so I didn't have to wear a condom.
Oh, okay. That is incredibly shady.
What a beautiful underhanded thing.
Yeah, very underhanded.
You guys want to do a bump or what?
I'll have a bump.
It's gotten him in trouble. You think
I
at some
know,
point you
but,
learn your lesson.
Dude, maybe he won't. Okay, Henry, you love. Talk about the other couple guys. 7, 8, 9. A-Chain, Jacobs, and Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah.
Like, give me your upside play, your floor play. What do you have?
Floor play is Josh Jacobs. He's our steady Eddie. Marshawn Lloyd has shown up hurt again. Now, what's his name? Matt LaFleur did say that he avoided a long-term injury, so that's good. But the problem with Marshawn Lloyd is he can't stay healthy. Emmanuel Wilson has never really proven to be a reliable backup. So from a floor play perspective, Jacobs is the guy. Upside is definitely Achane. I think Achane has 90-plus reception upside in that offense, especially with them getting rid of Jonnu Smith. And his efficiency is probably going to come down, but he's been an extremely efficient guy. He's not getting 18-plus carries a game, but he's going to get 5, 6, 8 targets a game.
So we're set with this as a second tier. Like, we're pretty comfortable. We're not moving anyone off this besides you with McCaffrey, possibly.
Well, McCaffrey is above Achane for me.
McCaffrey or Bucky Irving, who's the start of the third tier?
McCaffrey.
Okay, so let's move on to the third tier. 10 through 16. Bucky Irving, Chase Brown, Kyron Williams, Breece Hall, James Cook, Kenneth Walker, and Alvin Kamara.
That's a big group
It's a big group.
Yeah.
And I would definitely stop it probably. I want to stop it at Kyron or Breece Hall.
Okay.
But with what we saw with James Cook last year, it is hard because his Vegas prop is still 10 touchdowns. So, like, it's hard to say that a guy that's projected for 10-plus touchdowns is going to be in the fourth tier. But Chase Brown.
So if you want a guy that is not looked at as as one of those top 6, 8 guys, but somebody that has the potential to finish top 3 overall, it's Chase Brown for me. You looked at some of the advanced metrics, his yards per carry towards the end of the year. Second half was a lot better.
Yeah,
his
it's same with Bucky Irving.
Yeah.
Same exact situation.
Well, and they're very close to my
Difference
rankings.
is Bucky Irving did that without an injury. He kind of just overtook the guy, which Rachaad White's a better player than Zach Moss. Now,
Yep.
Chase Brown needed an injury. Whether he would have done it without the injury to Zach Moss, I think he would have. But just think about that for a second. Chase Brown needed an injury.
Yeah, but look, well, who's behind Chase Brown right now?
They just released Zach Moss, by the way.
So you've got Samaje Perine, our third down back, third down specialist.
Yeah,
You've
it's
got
bad. It's really
rookie
bad.
Taj Brooks out of Texas Tech,
I like him.
who is a good prospect, and then Gary Brightwell, and that's it.
Gary
So,
Brightwell.
yeah,
I was like made up.
yeah. They don't even have
Who names their kid Gary anymore? Gary Gaetti. But
Hey,
yeah, I love
the
that.
rat.
He is the rat. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, for me, Chase Brown is, especially with that offense, the offensive line is going to be as bad as it was last year, if not a little worse. So they're playing catch-up mode to me, and Chase Brown catches a lot of passes out of the backfield. He's got a nose for the end zone. He's very good inside the 10. Very good inside the 10. So Chase Brown, I think, he's my sleeper to finish in the top 3.
So you have Chase Brown the highest. I think he is actually in the second tier for me. Kyron Williams and Breece Hall. So do you have Bucky ahead of those guys?
I have Bucky ahead of Kyron. Kyron is the last of my second tier.
What do you think of Breece Hall? So you're
I'm
just
way
pretty much
down-
at consensus.
I'm way down on
You're
Breece
at
Hall.
consensus at Kyron.
Where do they have Breece Hall? I'll tell you where I got
13.
him. I got him at 17. I guess I'm not way down, but
So-
I'm down on Breece Hall.
Kyron,
And I'll tell you why when we get there.
You're at consensus with Kyron.
12? Yeah. So Kyron doesn't catch a ton of passes, but he is Sean McVay's guy.
Yeah.
And until proven otherwise, I'm going to stick with Sean McVay's guy.
It's a very fruitful role. We'll say this, and he just gives the ball to the guy until he doesn't. But the difference is that they don't really like lose a lot of work. They either like dominate the touches or they're off the team.
True.
And I don't see Kyron Williams being off the team.
I don't see.
So that's the difference, right? With
Who
the
did they
Cam
draft this year?
Akers, Jacquez Hunter.
Yeah, Jarquez Hunter.
And then they still have Blake Corum.
They got Blake Corum. I don't foresee Jarquez he was fine at Auburn. He was nothing special. He's probably he's a top 20% guy, but he's not going to push Kyron for the job. So Sean McVay loves his 3-down back. And
does.
I mean,
He does.
we say that Kyron doesn't really catch passes, but I've literally witnessed with my own eyes Kyron catching a wild dump off from Matthew Stafford in the wild card game.
He's
last
a
year.
dump off guy. He's
Yeah.
not a receiver. Or like Hunter is more of
But
a dynamic.
we know that
playmaker.
offensive line is going to be worse this year. So that a little leak out, wheel routes, whatever it is, opens
Breece
up.
Hall.
Yeah, I'm down on him. 17.
Down.
Where do you got him?
Why? I don't have mine in front of me. I have him there.
Okay.
I have him ahead of James Cook, ahead of Kenneth Walker.
The biggest reason is Breece Hall is not tied to this organization after this year. And at some point, we're talking Justin Fields, who has really never put a winning season together. I mean, yes, he was a winning quarterback last year until he got removed from his position. But when this team starts faltering and they end up, their win total's 5.5.
It's crazy. You got to bet the over on that one, right?
No, I don't think so.
I'm smashing that.
It's a terrible roster.
So you're saying the Jets are the same as the Browns and the Saints?
Fine, I don't care. When they win 7 games, when they win 8 games, they're not going to the playoffs. At some point, this team has got to see what they have in Braylon Allen. Why would you keep giving Breece Hall the ball when you've got this young stud of a man behind him who's ready to why would you not see what he can do with a full-time load? There's no reason that Breece Hall will not be on this team next year. There's no reason for this organization to feature him as a feature back. And if he's not a feature back, he's a third down back.
He's definitely the X factor of this group because Breece Hall, like Kyron's upside is capped. Let's not talk about Bucky and Chase Brown. We'll talk about the guys below this. Breece Hall has the most upside of Kyron, Breece Hall, Kyron, James Cook, Kenneth Walker, and Kamara. He has the most upside to vault into top 6.
Who does?
Breece Hall. Because we know he's a good player. He's a great pass catcher. And if the offense is better than we think it is, with a dual threat quarterback, with some touchdown equity and dump downs, Breece Hall has a chance. If he gets 300 touches, which I know it's a big if.
That's not possible.
It is possible.
It's possible.
It's way more possible than James Cook getting 300 touches.
I don't disagree with that, but
it's better situation.
Yeah,
I get that.
There's
better player, Breece Hall or James Cook?
Better player, Breece Hall.
Okay. Better player, Breece Hall, Kyron Williams.
Better role, James Cook or Breece Hall.
Oh, James Cook.
Yes.
In terms of when he gets the ball, he's gonna be more efficient, but better role in terms of volume.
Volume outweighs talent at the running back position. Always has, always will.
Okay, so Breece Hall is better then.
Braylon Allen is not a scrub, dude.
Neither is Ray Davis.
I agree.
And neither is they love Ty Johnson.
Wait till we get to the hot take show.
And Josh Allen. Okay, I can't wait. Kenneth Walker and Kamara, real quick. Are you fine with them being in this tier? I feel like they're a tier below.
They're a tier below for me.
Kenneth Walker is the upside play.
Where do they got him?
15 to 16.
Okay, yeah.
Alvin Kamara is the ultimate floor play, which is just catching 70 balls and maybe having 7 touchdowns.
Kenneth Walker is the start of tier 3 for me, and Alvin Kamara is right in the middle because he's definitely your floor play guy.
These tiers they have huge tiers. See, mine are so much smaller. Let's go on to the tier 4 here.
Okay.
This is literally 10 names. Marion Hampton, Chuba Hubbard, James Conner, David Montgomery, DeAndre Swift, Travion Henderson, RJ Harvey, Joe Mixon, who we can drop out of that, so we'll not have him there. Aaron Jones, Caleb Johnson, and Tony Pollard. That is a giant tier. So let's just break it into 2.
That is a big tier. Yeah.
So Marion Hampton has risen like crazy.
Where do they got him at?
RB17. Okay. But I'm saying in best balls, I have seen him go ahead of Breece Hall. I've seen him go ahead of Kyron Williams. I've seen him go RB11.
I can see taking him over Breece. I can't see taking him over Kyron.
I can't see him taking over Kenneth Walker, over James Cook. No.
No. Kenneth Walker, he's 13 for me. He's right at the top of that third
I have
tier.
a question for you about Hampton.
Okay.
Let's just say tomorrow they come out and say Najee Harris is out for the year.
He's blind.
They release him. Okay? He's blind. Yeah, they release him. And he has Ashton Genty's situation in terms of all the work. Way better team, run-heavy team, good defense, Harbaugh. Mm-hmm. Where are you ranking Hampton?
Probably 12 then. I'm still a little trepidatious.
Kyron Williams or Marion Hampton if there's no Najee Harris?
I'd still go Kyron Williams.
Okay.
We know what Kyron Williams' role is.
James Cook or Hampton?
I would... I'd take the chance at... no, I'd go James Cook.
Because people are drafting now as Najee Harris died. Yeah. Eye injury and...
People seem to think that O'Marion Hampton is going to be a 90% snap share kind of player, but Jim Harbaugh doesn't really run like that.
No.
Jim Harbaugh rotates backs constantly. He's got guys for situational purpose. We saw tonight at the Hall of Fame game. They've got 7 backs on the roster right now, and so only 4 of them are going to make the roster. But
so as of now, RB17, do you like where he's at?
I got him at 20.
Him at cost.
If he slipped to 20, I would take him.
Right? Like Chuba Hubbard over him?
Yes.
Okay, James Conner over him?
Yes, for sure.
Now Montgomery, that's a question. I'm taking Hampton over Montgomery.
19 Montgomery, 20 over Hampton.
In half point, in full PPR, definitely Hampton.
Yes, for sure.
But
in half, though?
I'm still taking Hampton because Montgomery is just too boring. I know his Vegas number is still 10 touchdowns because that's what he does.
Yeah, all right. Well, I mean, if I'm taking an Ashton Genty, then I'm probably going to want a David Montgomery type to be there. Or if I'm taking a Steady Eddie Derrick Henry.
So, real quick, let's go a little bit more macro on this. In just terms of the landscape, because we haven't talked about this yet. So, traditionally, the RB dead zone is anywhere from RB 14 to RB 24. Pretty much after the first couple guys, the RB 2s, down to the end of the RB 2s. What do you feel about that this year? Which is we'll go from James Cook to start it. Let's go from 15. Kenneth Walker to Aaron Jones.
What number is Aaron Jones?
Aaron Jones is 25.
Okay,
we'll call him 24.
Do you want to define the RB dead zone for those?
The dead zone goes from essentially round 4. It's your 0 RB targets from round 4 to round 6.
Essentially, what that means is you've got a certain subset of running backs, whether that's by ADP or within certain rounds, that when you draft, you've got a low percentage on those players returning value. Right, that's RB dead zone,
and they can hit big,
right?
But they can also flop.
It doesn't
a lot
mean
of it's volume based, right? They're the only guy in town, or it's not talent based, or it's talent based, and the situation's not great.
There's a few different hypotheses about why this phenomenon exists, but the prevailing notion seems to be that once those big 8 or 10 running backs are off the board, people panic a little bit.
The workhorses of the
world.
They
kick up guys whose value is probably lower than that.
Yeah.
So what was your question?
What do you think about it this year? Do you like it? We're looking at Kenneth Walker, Kamara, Hampton, Hubbard, Connor, Montgomery, Swift, Henderson, Harvey.
Yeah, I'm trying to balance the RB dead zone with what I perceive as a dearth of wide receiver talent later in drafts.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm very concerned about not getting enough wide receiver depth early enough because it really dries up later on. So if I'm actually more than happy to let the RB dead zone kind of pass me by. Everybody in here has their own warts that, okay, I'm fine taking one of the top 6, 8, even 10 guys and then filling up my back end because you've got guys like Caleb Johnson, RJ Harvey, Brian Robinson, Tony Pollard, Travion Henderson, Isaiah Pacheco.
Yeah.
Those kinds of guys.
And Caleb Johnson is right outside there. Let's add him into this conversation, RB 25. For me, I feel like in PPR, I know it's kind of a cop-out because in general in PPR, like you go receiver early. But I like these guys more in PPR, not just so I can get the receivers early, because a lot of them are better pass catchers than they are touchdown equity guys. And I'm talking about Kenneth Walker, Kamara, Hampton, kind of a pass catcher. Chuba, definitely 40, 50 catch guy. Connor, 50, 60 catch guy. Montgomery is the outlier, but Swift, Henderson, Harvey, and Aaron Jones are all pass catching running backs. And, I'm way more comfortable rolling with them as my RB2 or RB1 in crate. I take an early quarterback and I take 3 receivers as my RB1 than I would be in half point because the touchdown equity of Henderson and Harvey and Jones isn't there.
True. But I think you might be overstating the difference between half point and full point PPR.
It's a difference, man.
I don't know if it makes that much of a difference realistically in the long run. I mean, what is
30 points from 60 catches.
30 points over 16 games?
That's a lot, dude.
Yeah, potentially, but I just don't know that, especially when you're talking about the top of the guys.
That's a 5 touchdown difference,
putting
man.
in 18 to 22 points per game. 30 points over 17 games. It's less than 2 points per game.
Let's talk about these PPR backs, though.
Okay.
This is half PPR, but we're going to start with it. There's pretty much 4 players. It is Swift, Henderson, Harvey, and Aaron Jones. We're looking at Swift at 21, 22 Henderson, 23 Harvey, and 24 Aaron Jones.
Oh, that's funny.
These are the PPR guys, right? They're more propped up in PPR. You're not going to believe it, but obviously, who do you like the most out of this? Swift, Henderson, Harvey, and Aaron Jones.
Harvey
number 1.
Harvey number 1. Sean Payton has regularly seen a strong pass-catching running back.
Rank them for me.
So RG Harvey I've got at 23. Aaron Jones I have 26. Henderson I've got at 27. And then Swift at 29.
Wow. Now, are you a little concerned about ranking Harvey over Henderson? Because, we both agree Henderson's a way better player than Harvey. I love Harvey as a player, but Henderson is a first-round talent.
Yeah.
Harvey has probably a better situation.
Situation trumps
better
talent.
Team, but in terms of workload, is it going to be better? Because you have J.K. Dobbins and you also have Ramondre Stevenson. But J.K. Dobbins is still a guy.
Okay.
right? It's equal. It's all equal.
Okay.
The team situation, with terms of team win total and
For
all
me,
that, is
that
better
J.K.
for
Dobbins
Harvey.
signing was depth more
But
than
who's
anything
a
else.
better player?
Travion Henderson.
Okay.
Marginally.
Henderson is much closer to Jahmyr Gibbs than R.J. Harvey is.
Okay. Maybe. He couldn't beat out, what's his name?
Okay, why do you have
Quinshon-
Swift so low?
Because I don't think that offense is going to produce enough for.
You're going to say he couldn't beat out Quinshon Junkins in college?
Yeah.
Probably because Junkins beat up the offensive coordinator who was a chick. Zing.
Ding.
Wow, you're really down on Swift, huh?
Yeah, I'm down on that offense in general. Not
well, you know
necessarily-
you are, but
not
like-
necessarily down on the offense. There, and it is a cliche, but there are far too many mouths to feed. There's not enough passes to go around in that offense. Swift isn't a dynamic enough runner to overcome the lack of volume that he's going to receive.
Would you agree Swift has the highest floor of any of these players? Because we know what his role is going to be, a 60% timeshare.
No, I think Aaron
And-
Jones has the highest floor.
Okay. But look at Aaron Jones has a tougher competition, though.
Yeah,
dude.
but I'm much.
As much as I love Roshan,
competition.
I like
Jordan Mason?
Yeah, Jordan Mason's better than Roshan Johnson.
Jordan Mason. Come on.
Okay.
That guy, he was a system back in a Kyle Shanahan
And now he's in
system.
another good system.
Okay.
And they paid him. They
Yeah,
traded
but-
for him and paid him a lot of money.
Minnesota uses a lead back. Like and what does lead back in Chicago even mean?
Well,
you're going to get the ball.
It's been very fruitful in Detroit.
First down, a 2-yard run. Second and long, 2-yard
You're
run.
just thinking
third down.
You're thinking Chicago from the last couple of years.
Yeah,
What story? Think progressive here, okay? Who is it? Flo? Is that progressive?
Progressive Insurance?
Yeah,
Yeah, Flo.
Yeah, think Flo.
Do you know why she's not in as many Progressive commercials?
Because she doesn't have a period anymore.
No,
and
'cause
it's not progressive.
She got too expensive.
Oh, she's
Yeah.
ugly.
Doesn't matter.
You know what she kind of looks like? Jane Cusack a little bit.
Maybe.
Yeah,
A little
yeah.
bit.
Ew,
Okay.
ew.
Anyway,
she's gross.
where would you take Swift?
For me, it's so tough. Those four guys, I put them in this conversation like specifically, not because where they're going, but they're so close to me, and I feel like Swift is the safest bet of all of those. To where early season I like Swift the most, later season I like Henderson the most.
Later season, I like Harvey a lot more.
I like Harvey too, and
I
then
mean, you
Aaron
have-
Jones is a similar thing.
Aaron
right?
Jones is just going to be your steady Eddie. Like,
Well,
there's
you're not
a ton
worried
of-
about Minnesota's offense at all
Not really.
with an unproven quarterback.
I mean,
Okay.
we saw.
So
what
he's already better
McCarthy-
than Caleb Williams. Never seen him play.
I wouldn't say he's better.
Well, yeah, you did.
I would say he's probably better. Yes.
Yeah, thank you. All right,
Well, you want to know something? I've got Caleb Johnson over all those guys.
Well, did you hear the report about Caleb Johnson missing blocks already?
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about Caleb Johnson, Tony Pollard to end this tier.
Okay.
Pollard does not belong in this tier. Would you agree?
You think he's too low or too high?
I think he should go lower.
Oh,
I like Caleb Johnson.
I got Tony.
PPR.
I have Tony Pollard above Henderson, Swift,
Ugh.
and Aaron Jones. Yeah.
You hate Tajay Spears. Okay, so you like Caleb ahead of all these guys.
I do. Yeah.
Again, X factor, right? There's a chance Caleb Johnson's playing 50% of the snaps, though.
Jalen Warren's not getting 50% of the
No,
snaps.
he's getting 40. He's getting 40, and someone else gets 20. Jonnu Smith, they're going to play 14 personnel and have Jonnu Smith in the backfield.
I did see they went 04 personnel.
Yes,
today.
They could
was
do that.
Wild.
First team ever. All right, tier 5. We're looking at RB 28 through RB 35. Isaiah Pacheco, Brian Robinson Jr., Jalen Warren, Tyrone Tracy, Travis Etienne, Javonte Williams, Quinshon Junkins, who's still there, and Jordan Mason, who is the start of the backups.
Okay.
So
Great.
Pacheco and Brian Robinson to me belong in the tier ahead.
Where do they have Brian Robinson?
29.
I got him at 24, and I got Pacheco at 28. So
Okay.
they're both.
You're
in tier,
right on consensus with Pacheco.
Yeah, they're both in tier 4 for me. They're both better. They're both the tops of whatever that group is.
In half PPR, I like both these guys better than in full PPR. That's where in half PPR, I'm going to be closer to like 24, 25 for these guys. But I'm not taking RJ Harvey over Isaiah Pacheco. Not doing it.
You're not. Okay.
In full PPR, I might. And same with Brian Robinson. But Brian Robinson, I'm taking over Aaron Jones and Caleb Johnson and Tony Pollard and RJ Harvey. And probably Travion Henderson, man. And Swift, it's close. The thing is, I don't have to do that because I can just wait a round and a half and take them there. But touchdowns, man. They're both in top 5 offenses with no one behind them.
Swift?
Robinson has... No, I'm talking about Pacheco and Robinson.
Oh, Pacheco? Robinson for sure, but a top 5 offense for the Chiefs?
Oh, they're projected that.
I'm
just saying. That's what Vegas has projected them as a top 5
Greenlaw is
offense.
still there, man.
Yeah. Okay, Kareem Hunt sucks.
Okay. Pacheco sucked at the end of last year.
He was coming off a broken leg, dude.
3.2 yards per carry.
Broken leg.
That's bad.
Fine. Listen to this guy, and everyone will listen to this guy. I'll get Pacheco
They also
everywhere.
drafted Brashard Smith, who is a pass catcher, by the way.
Yeah, I don't care. Pacheco's
And
playing
you've got,
60% of the
what's his
snaps.
name?
Man.
Elijah Mitchell there now, too.
Brian Robinson is, when you look at the touchdown numbers, not just so much what they're projected, but when you go to the alt lines, Brian Robinson, like to have 12-plus touchdowns, is literally up there with Chuba Hubbard and James Conner and Hampton and Kenneth Walker. It's actually, he has better odds to have 12 touchdowns than Kenneth Walker.
That doesn't surprise me. I mean, that offense is going to be much better.
The rankings say otherwise, Story.
Okay.
So we're just both Brian Robinson.
But you're talking, when you look at the bell curve, that's 10th percentile versus what's their median outcome. That's what...
I get it.
That's why the...
medium outcome's eight touchdowns. For
not
Brian
medium, median.
Yeah, sorry.
Right in the meaty part.
Medium, yeah.
Not right in the median.
N and M.
Not too high, not too low. Not falling behind, not getting...
What is that from?
Seinfeld, where he's talking about the architect, not showing off, not falling behind. Right in the meaty part of that bell curve.
All right, let's finish out this tier. Warren, Tracy, ETN, Javonte Williams, and Jordan Mason. Anyone here deserve to be in this tier or deserve to be higher for you?
Nobody. I mean, Tracy deserves to be in a tier below for sure, but that's close to what I got.
Yeah.
Mason's right there. Jalen Warren. I'll tell you, I just moved Scatabo up over Tracy today. So Scatabo takes his spot for me.
It's so tough because I feel like they're both pass catching backs. Full PPR, I like Tracy more. Half PPR, I'm more likely to go Scatabo because who's more likely to have a goal line work? Probably the bigger guy.
Yeah, probably. I mean,
and it's also like, what are you looking for here? Like, if you're going really, really, really zero RB, I'm more likely to go Tracy as my RB2 than Scatabo because early in the season I'm going to load up on running backs later. Where like Scatabo more of a question. Where if it's my RB3 or RB4, I want Scatabo because like I'm looking for weeks 7 through 16.
Right. But there's a strong possibility that Tracy is not the lead back by after the first quarter of the season.
Maybe.
So
I don't think there's going to be a lead back in this backfield all year.
I think Scatabo has enough talent to overcome Tracy.
He's more likely to be the featured back in terms of like I don't think Tracy will ever be a 80% guy.
No, I don't think so.
But Scatabo could. Maybe not 80%.
No.
But like he could be the guy, right? Like a workhorse.
Right.
A modern day workhorse.
So what we'll see in New York, and this is unfortunate, and that's why they're both pretty low, is we'll see Scatabo or Tracy will be your starter, and then after 2 series, Scatabo will come in and Tracy will just take the whole series off, and then Tracy will be back in, and then Scatabo will be in on third down. It's just going to be a nightmare trying to predict which of these guys is going to have at least to start, have the pop off game.
Yeah, I agree with that. And the next tier is 36 through 52. We've talked about a lot of these names. They're all deep guys. Anyone you want to talk about? Najee Harris, Scatabo, Stevenson, Charbonnet, Spears, White, Bigsby, Dobbins. People love Dobbins. He's at RB43 here, but in best ball, he is going like RB32.
That seems way too high to me.
Thoughts on Stevenson? Thoughts on Ray Davis at 44?
That's right where I got him. I got him at 45. It seems about right. I don't know why.
A little bit of a floor and elite upside, right?
There's enough meat on the bone, so to speak, for Buffalo that everybody's going to eat a little bit. You're talking about their mantra in Buffalo is everybody eats, but it's more like Josh Allen eats and everybody gets a little snack. So there's enough for Ray Davis to get a snack, but he's not a standalone guy. You're not going to put him into your flex. He's a great handcuff for James Cook, but why would they go away from what James Cook did last year? It worked extremely well for them. So you want to look at who's the tops of the tops when it comes to like handcuffs? Probably Zach Charbonnet, don't you think?
Yeah.
He's almost a 1-for-1 replacement.
Because he's more, and he also has a little more floor than the rest of the guys, but he's also going way higher.
Yes.
Jordan Mason's the same thing. Like, so you want Jordan Mason, or do you want who the hell are you talking about?
Jordan Mason or Zach Charbonnet?
Yeah.
Jordan Mason.
Okay. Because they're close.
I like the offense better where Jordan Mason
So you think Jordan Mason is more standalone value?
Yes.
What about with an injury?
Oh, it's Jordan Mason all day long.
Really?
Yeah. That offense.
Even after what we saw
that offense
last year?
Minnesota's another team. Like, they like the lead back. So
I want Charbonnet as a handcuff more. I like him as a starter more if he was the only guy in town because his pass catching ability.
Okay.
Right? We saw what it was last year.
Like I said, he's almost a 1-for-1 replacement.
Jordan Mason is more of a usable guy. I'm not saying he's a bad handcuff if the injury happens. Like, he's going to be maybe RB14 the next week, where I feel like Zach Charbonnet is RB8. And we've seen it.
Yeah, we
So-
did. We have seen it.
And we
But-
saw Jordan Mason
but
with the Niners. I get it.
We, like Kenneth Walker, we're also going to see games if Zach Charbonnet if Walker gets hurt and it's just Charbonnet, we're going to see games where even if the lead back, he's going to end up as RB28 on the week just because of how bad that offense is probably going to be.
I just think the Vikings have a better offense, which is I like Mason for the standalone with Aaron Jones playing than I do Charbonnet. Because how many rushing touchdowns are the Seahawks going to have opposed to the Vikings?
I don't know that you would either play either of those guys.
I'm not saying play, but who could you play in a pinch?
In a pinch.
Jordan Mason. It's not even close.
Yeah, it's Jordan Mason.
It's not even close.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
Anything on the Joe Mixon / Nick Chubb situation and or the Cleveland Browns situation?
Oh, Nick Chubb has to go up. Joe Mixon, I still like taking late, especially now. We don't know, and they're probably not going to give us a lot of information. It's risky, man. And I was already
Judkins
down
might not
on-
even be on the team come September.
No, and that's where Sampson needs to be moved up a bunch.
Sampson
And Ford for early year. Like if you want a guy early, Ford, late, Sampson.
Okay.
In terms of late season, Sampson. I want to talk to Sampson.
It's tough. This one it's probably just best to stay away.
We're going to do a whole separate episode for RB handcuffs. That's why I don't want to get too
All right,
late.
got it.
All right, give me a pound.
Yeah, there you go.
And it's been a complete joy.